What if your most vivid memory never actually happened? You can picture the room, the smell, the sounds. You're sure it was real. But then someone tells you that room never existed. Your brain just made it up. That's not a glitch. That's how your brain works. And it's nothing like a computer. In this video, we'll explore why your brain doesn't store information. It rebuilds it. And why that changes everything you think you know about your own mind. For decades, we've been told the brain is just like a computer. It takes in information, stores memories, runs calculations, makes decisions. On the surface, that makes sense. We input data, names, faces, facts, and we expect to save them. Then later, we open the file and recall what we learned. It feels logical, familiar, because that's how our devices work. But here's the thing. Our brain didn't evolve to function like a computer. It's messy, emotional, constantly changing. Unlike a computer, your brain doesn't just store information. It interprets it, filters it, sometimes even invents it. Every memory you have is not a fixed file. It's more like a painting, touched up every time you look at it. And the more you recall something, the less accurate it becomes. So if your brain isn't a hard drive, what is it? Your brain is made up of about 86 billion neurons. Each neuron connects with up to 10,000 others, forming an immense web of electrical activity. When you experience something, a sound, a face, an emotion, your brain creates a pattern of activity. It lights up certain connections. That pattern becomes a memory. But it's not stored like a video file. It's more like a recipe. The next time you recall the memory, your brain doesn't replay it. It follows the recipe again, but with slightly different ingredients. Maybe your mood is different. Maybe you saw a photo that changed how you feel. So your brain rebuilds the memory. Every recall is a reconstruction, a remix. And here's the twist. The more often you remember something, the more you edit it. Psychologists call this reconsolidation. Every time you access a memory, it becomes flexible, changeable, before being saved again. This flexibility is called neuroplasticity. It's how you learn, how you adapt. But it also means your brain is not a file cabinet. It's more like a living artist, painting, erasing, repainting your past. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like you've been there before, even though you know you haven't? That's déjà vu. Or maybe you argued with a friend about how something happened because you both remember it differently. Or you're certain you locked the door, but later find it wide open. These aren't just mental glitches. They're clues. Clues that your brain isn't storing memories like files, but rebuilding them every time. And sometimes it rebuilds them wrong. Psychologists call this a false memory. It feels completely real. You'd swear it happened, but it didn't. Our memories are affected by our emotions, our expectations, and even the way questions are asked. For example, if someone asks, "Did you see the broken headlight?" versus, "Did you see a broken headlight?" People are more likely to say yes to the first one, even if there was no broken headlight. Just one word can change your brain's version of reality. Why? Because your brain isn't designed to remember the truth. It's designed to help you survive. Sometimes That means rewriting events to fit your emotions. Sometimes that means filling in the blanks. And sometimes that means lying to you to protect you. Let's try something. Imagine you're watching a video. Two teams passing a basketball. One team in white, the other in black. Your task: count how many passes the white team makes. You focus hard. 1, 2, 3. But when the video ends, someone asks, "Did you see the gorilla?" Wait, what? You rewind the video. And sure enough, in the middle of the screen, a person in a full gorilla suit walked right through the scene. You didn't see it? Not because your eyes didn't work, but because your brain wasn't looking for it. This is called inattentional blindness. It proves that your brain doesn't take in everything. It selects. It filters. It builds your reality based on what it thinks is important. That's right. Your brain decides what's real before you do. You don't just experience the world. You experience your brain's version of it. And sometimes your brain leaves things out. Big things. Like a gorilla. So what can you do now that you know your brain isn't perfect? The answer isn't to panic. It's to be smarter about your brain. First, don't trust your memory blindly. If something is important, write it down. Your brain feels confident, even when it's wrong. That's not a failure. That's how memory works. Second, be careful how questions are phrased. If someone says, "Why did she yell at you?" your brain starts assuming it happened. Try asking instead, "Did she yell at you?" Subtle difference. Big effect. Third, fact-check your truths, especially those you've repeated many times. Memory isn't like wine. It doesn't get better with time. In fact, the more you remember something, the more it can change. Fourth, use tools. Reminders. Journals. Voice notes. External memory is often more reliable than your brain. Fifth, train your awareness. Biases, assumptions, and mental shortcuts aren't flaws. They're survival tools. But they can also create misunderstandings. Slow down. Ask, what am I assuming? What am I ignoring? Sixth, practice perspective shifting. Try to remember events from another person's point of view. It doesn't mean your memory is wrong. It means it's not the only version. And finally, be kind to yourself. Forgetting. Misremembering. Missing details. It's not a sign of weakness. It's part of being human. Your brain isn't a machine. It's messy, flexible, alive. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. So, what have we learned? Your brain is not a machine, not a hard drive, not a filing cabinet. It's a living, dynamic system, constantly rebuilding, revising, and reinventing your reality. Your memories? They're not recordings. They're reconstructions. Your thoughts? Not always logical, often emotional. And your truths? They might not be the same tomorrow. But here's the good news. Understanding how your brain actually works gives you power. The power to be curious, to be more patient with others and with yourself, to question what you know and make space for what you might be wrong about. So the next time you say, "I know what happened," pause. Ask yourself, do I remember it? Or do I think I remember it? This isn't a glitch. It's a feature. Your brain isn't failing you. It's protecting you, adapting, learning, changing.